Hey everybody, Happy New Year from Pyro and the rest of the team at Team ESG. Remember to eat, sleep, game at all times. Anyway, I want to bring you a game today called Darkest Dungeon, and this game I will be streaming next week, January 6th. That's Wednesday, next Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to give you a quick look at the game, rundown of it, go on maybe one or two quests depending on how long they take, and just kind of show you what the game is about. And then like I said, just scratch the surface right now, and then on Wednesday we're going to get in depth and really go into kind of these strategies and the different ways you can play the game, because the game is very complex. It's easy to kind of pick up and start with, but then as new areas open up and new skill trees, and then you have to manage players' insanities and different quirks and all sorts of stuff that we'll get into far more in depth. But there's just suffice to say, there's a lot for you to sort of manage, but it's all worth it. The game is fantastic, the artwork is great, the narrator, who you'll hear come in and out depending on what's happening, is really good. It just creates a really good dark fantasy atmosphere for a turn-based kind of game. Alright, so without further delay, let's get into playing some. So we're going to have to put a party together, because I don't have one yet. And we've got a lot of different areas that are open. But I'm going to go up here. Let's see, we've got a couple of different quest areas. I'm going to go on a short quest, because I don't want it to be too long. Got a Beast Slayer's ring, so I got one guy in here, but I'm going to have to bring some others into the party. So I'm going to bring this Hellion in here, and basically this character is essentially your barbarian class, two-handed, swords dealer, wants to stand in the front of the action. That's where they prefer to be, and they also will attack in the front. It's a good character to have. This one down here is my Seeker, or aka kind of your cleric, your priest type character. They can do a lot of really cool things. They like to be in third position, so I'll move her there. And then this guy is the, what would you call it? It'd be like a warlock, essentially. Curses and different things that they're trying to deal with, so he'll be good in the back row there. Alright, so for this game you do have to provision yourself for when you run into these dungeons. You need food, and you need torches are basically the main things you need. So I'm gonna grab, thinking 12 food should probably be enough, and at least that many torches, because it's all about keeping the area as well lit as possible. Well, depending on how hard you want the game to be. The darker the games are, and the darker it is in the dungeon, the harder the difficulty level is going to be. And the shovel is just to clear obstacles. So we'll see what it looks like when we actually get in there. But the ruins are relatively, they're the first area that opens up for you to quest in. So they're not super hard, but they get more difficult as it goes.
Back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line?
Okay. So this bar up here denotes your radiant light. And this will let you know basically how well lit the room is, but you can kind of see that, from starting off. So my quest in this one is just skirmish, complete 100% of room battles. So essentially I'm just exploring the ruins to get more experience for my characters. This crate contains stashed heirlooms, sweet. Sometimes the crates contain good things, sometimes not so good. We got surprised, so as you can see that flipped around our party composition a bit, and that's alright. Let my healer heal. That's what happens when you get attacked first. So I cut him, did a little bleed damage. I'm sure you're all familiar with what bleed damage does. This guy's got a bunch of different things going on. I'm going to throw a curse on one of them. See how that works. I'm not too familiar with using the occultists. I don't really use them that much. But it is what it is. So with this character, I want to just go with a straight up hack and slash.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
And we'll just keep cutting. Ah, that sucks. Anytime you miss an attack in this game, it really kind of hurts. Because it's just, you know, a lot comes out of it. So illumination is essentially a spell that'll increase your torchlight, and it'll that was good attack. It'll do a little damage to your foes as well. All right, so let's go with bleed damage.
Press this advantage.
This Hellions.
Give them no quarter.
Crazy. Hellions are fun. They don't have any defense.
As the fiend falls,
They don't really
a
need
faint
defense.
hope blossoms.
So we're going to take everything and then we're going to reconstruct the party where it needs to go. So that's how the party should look. That's optimal positions for everybody. If they're in different positions, basically what happens is they won't be able to do all their best attacks. Alright, so we got some loot. Loot's always good. The torchlight just went down a little bit. Every time it goes down a little more, the attacks get harder, the enemies get more difficult. Let's see here. Let's do some heals. Really, the Vestal, that's what they're called, Vestals or Seeker. They have a couple of different names. But the priest is the one you kind of want to just use to heal the party. Let's see here. The occultist can also do some heals, but his heals are darker and sometimes they can have negative status effects on your party. You can heal yourself, but then you'll take bleeding damage instead. I'm glad I healed him when I did. These guys are being very hard for... Come on, all three missed? Alright. Man, this occultist is dead. 1 health left.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
I'd love to, except they all kind of suck right now. I should probably have brought the Houndmaster instead
Their
of this guy.
formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
One thing I did forget to look at is their quirks and different problems they have coming in. I should have looked at that first. Because sometimes, you know, in certain regions they do worse than others. Jeez, man. These guys are hitting me super hard. I feel like I haven't done any damage. But I have got my ass handed to me. So there's not much this guy can just do this. Clear the bodies. Here. It's given me a chance to heal my party back up a little bit, but when I came into this battle I wasn't damaged at all, so this will mess up the crossbow though. He won't be able to do his crossbow shots that close.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Wow, alright. No wonder that was such a hard mission, but let me check this sarcophagus out. It's ornate and it's locked. And it's trapped, naturally. So that's it with that. There are other rooms in here, but being as I just got my ass handed to me in the first room, I don't even know if I want to do them. But I've got all these. See, I lose all these supplies if I don't use them, so I'm gonna have to keep going. And I have those medicinal herbs. I guess I can't heal them from that. Alright, well, we're gonna keep moving. Not ready to leave yet. Let's see how we do this time.
Exposed to
okay.
a killing blow.
Okay. Probably should have just left this weak ass party. They're so awful. That's one of the trade-offs with this game is like, you know, you get characters to start with, and actually this guy here, the rogue, is one of the characters I started with, so it is a little surprising that he's this bad, or he's been doing this poorly. But you get these characters to start with, and then usually what happens is they go mad.
Oblivion.
So when they're at death's door, basically you have to heal them or they die. So the next targeted attack is going to, you know, essentially hurt them. So I healed him, but we'll see what happens next time. So that demon's pull, as you can see, pulled this one to the front, and then I can use the headers to essentially, I was hoping to finish it off, but there we go. The rogue can do that.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
The narrator's cool. He kind of taunts you as you play. I need to keep those last 4 because at some point I'm going to have to feed my party. Okay, that's awesome. Hunger. See, they already need to eat. Well, I'm out of food. So I guess we're going to cut this trip short. I already did complete the quest I needed to do, but just hate wasting all these torches. Nothing in here. Let's move up. Here we go. Surprise attack. So let's see what happens. Let's see if we can pull them forward. Ah. No good. Alright, so that was a better attack there.
This expedition at least promises success.
Alright.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
Maybe.
We require only the strength to follow it.
Crate's empty. Backpack. Another torch and some gold.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Ain't that the truth? Alright. So this room was empty. So we'll move back over here. Usually once you've been through an area, you won't get attacked, but sometimes you will. It depends. You probably don't want to go for too much longer.
The match is struck.
I've been
A
pushing it,
blazing star is born.
but that's all right. I don't have anything vested in any of these characters. They're all. That's the thing, is all these characters are kind of just fodder, you know, to get you through what you need to do. You know. So I just messed up their formation. They can't do their strongest attacks from where they're at. But I still can. A lot of this game is about positioning and placement. So if you have these guys in the right places, you can do a lot of damage. But it doesn't always work out that way. See, this guy usually does a poisoning attack where he throws a vial of poison at you. It's pretty bad. You don't want to get hit with it, but he can't do it because he's up close. Now he's dead. Nice. Alright, so there we go. So, I mean, we started this game
Be wary.
a little shaky, but
Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
saying, like, this guy's saying pride just comes before the fall. So it's like, yeah, you're doing all right now, but you don't know
As
what's
the
around
light
the corner.
gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear. Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. You should always kind of make a habit of using a torch before you enter a new room, in case you know your torch is low or whatever. But I always forget. Trap. How badly? did you
Injury
get
and
hit?
despondence set the stage for
See,
heroism
he's stressing
or
out.
cowardice.
He's gonna go crazy pretty soon.
The light, the promise of safety.
Oh, so everybody gets hurt. Deal we struck. He's going crazy. He's hopeless.
There can be no hope in this hell.
All right,
No hope at all.
we're gonna gracefully bow out because we already
More
completed the
bones
quest,
return
so
to
we were
rest.
just kind of icing on the cake
Devils
there.
remanded
But
to their abyss.
let's see what we found. We found some good stuff though. Ended up getting like 8,000. We got a ring. Resolve level up, so let's see here. Resolve level represents the hero's veteranship and directly acts as a stress resistance against the horrors. A low resolve level hero that tries a higher level quest will quickly crumble. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, let's see what we got here. Quick draw. 4 speed on the first round, that's a good one. Sometimes I'll get negative ones too. Eagle Eye, that's good. Cave Adventurer, okay, good. And Kleptomaniac, so now he I guess from that run, he's developed kleptomania. So now he likes to steal shit. I don't think I'll bring one of them
We
again.
dug for months, years, an eternity. And we were rewarded with madness.
Yeah. Okay. So now we got some different areas have opened themselves up.
At home in wild places, she is a stalwart survivor and a strict instructor.
So yeah, I don't really know too much about the survivalist. This was added recently, so I haven't really gone into much of that. I know the Nomad Wagon,
Trinkets
yeah.
and charms gathered from all the forgotten
They'll always have
corners
nice
of the
weapons,
earth.
different things. Cool. And the sanitarium. Negative quirks and diseases, you can take your characters here and you can let them heal themselves. But everything costs money, so Like with my guy Reginald here, this is my like original warrior tank. In the mission before I started this stream, he got a disease. So if I take him down here and try to get rid of this creeping cough, because that's 20% damage he's not doing, it'll get rid of him. But now he's stuck in here for another week, so I can't use him, which really sucks because that's my tank. So I'm gonna have to use that Hellion I was using Montgomery before, and she's actually doing okay, but her stress levels are raising. They're not, you know, they're not the greatest right now. So there's a lot of trade-offs and different things that you got to kind of, you know, keep in mind when you're playing the game. And like I said, I'll go deeper into the strategies when I do the stream next Wednesday. But let's see. So this guy here, he made it out, but oh no, it wasn't this guy. I didn't take the plague guy. I took this one. I probably just won't use him again. You know, that's I probably just won't. He didn't really do a whole bunch for me. All of his attacks are single target attacks, so I'll probably just not use him in the future. Now Dismas, he's doing good, but he's about to break. So if I could give him one round of breather before he goes crazy, that'd be good. And now I'm thinking he's probably going to gamble. I mean, I don't really know. He has, let's see here. Okay, he can't gamble in town because he's a known cheat. So you kind of find out all these, you know, all these characters, they have personalities and things like that. So it's kind of cool, you know, when you bring him in. But he's not going to be able to gamble. So maybe he can go to the brothel. Why not? Alright, so we'll let him do that. Got my other character in the sanitarium getting well. These two, I do really like the plague doctors. This is one of my first guys that I like to use. I mean, just some excellent attacks that they have that damage multiple enemies and status effects, blight and blinding, stunning. It's good stuff. So you can also take characters here and you can make their combat skills better, which is kind of cool. I don't know if you lose them when you do that. No, it doesn't look like you do. You just need what? Oh, well, whatever it is, I just bought it. So that's fine. No big deal. Self-heal. It's nice. It was just saying you need to remap their skills on them. So let's see here. I wonder how we do that. Oh, I see. You just unclick it and then click on what you want. So I pulled the heal into it. I'll do that. That looks good. Alright, so I'm going to take this next crew into battle, and hopefully they'll fare a little bit better, because I'm not going to be taking this loser here. Going to replace him with my Plague Doc. My Plague Doc's preferred position is 3. So is the Seeker's. And he can do okay in the back. So basically the bigger the circle is, the more that they can do from that spot. So the Seeker really can't do too much if I take him out of that. The Hellion's always good up front. Or, you know, you can move him back one, but up front's fine. And since I've got him drinking, I wanted to try out the Houndmaster. And let's see how this crew does. Wait a second, cancel that. Let's back this up real quick. So it's saying this one requires camping. It's a medium size. I was hoping for a short quest for, yeah, level 1 or lower. So let's go down here and see in the Weald. can win a Dazzling Charm. Alright, so let's grab a couple of those. Grab some supplies. And we're on our way. So the Weald is another area besides the ruins. It'll contain different monsters and things.
Corruption has soaked the soil, sapping all good life from these groves. Let us burn out this evil.
What the hell is that? Do we have to move
Nature
this?
herself, a victim to the spreading corruption, malformed with misintent.
Alright, so we're good. Stashed heirlooms. Very nice. Some kind of blob things. Skeleton blobs. Alright.
Their formation is broken.
One goes down.
Maintain the offensive.
So I can do Hound's Rush, Blackjack. Let's do Hound's Rush.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Destroy them all.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
I hate fighting spiders. They do a lot of poisoning attacks. We're all bleeding now. That was a super cool attack. Alright. We're going to use a plague grenade, and that should give two of them blight, and that'll have them bleed out and poison out the whole deal. So I might get lucky here. Oh, are you kidding me? Wow. Can't expect too much luck. That's the thing. As soon as you get to that point where you're like, oh, this is great. No, it's not.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. A dizzying blow to body and brain.
God, relax.
A death
It's so
by
much
inches.
debuffs from one attack. It's like, come on, man. You dodged the dog. It's fine.
As the fiend
There you go.
falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Alright, let's take that all with us. The Hound Master opens the cage. We got a couple of things in there, so that's cool. Alright, so we'll move to the next room.
As the light gains purchase,
Nothing in
spirits
there.
are lifted, and purpose is made
Ooh,
clear.
maggots. Delicious. There we go. Good shot.
A singular strike.
It's a good one, and let's try the plague grenade.
Press
Put them on the
disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
These guys are taking a lot of damage.
The
Nice.
slow death.
So as you can see, this party
Unforeseen.
makeup is so much
Unforgiving.
better even than the last ones. And don't get me wrong, I've also been lucky, but sometimes just switching out a few characters who are either fatigued or are stressed out, it's better for you in the long
The
run.
match is struck. A blazing star is born.
I gotta select the next zone, so I can just remove it backwards. Let's keep moving. Yeah, see, just being in these areas, these guys are stressing out. So, it'd be ideal if I could finish this quest before this one hits 100 and goes ape shit, you know, just gets upset.
The
But
light, the promise of safety.
that probably easier said than done. Let's see here. So we got another shovel, some more gold. That's good. Shovels are good. Trap. Who got caught?
Ambushed by foul invention.
She got blighted. So she got blighted. See, that's actually pretty cool. So what happened was she got blighted. She was stressed out about the blighting. And she, instead of getting an affliction, which happens when you get your stressed out to 100, she actually rose above it. She got a heroic quality, which is powerful. So now she's going to be stronger when she fights. So sometimes the qualities aren't all bad. Sometimes it can be good.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Right, next move. All right. Shut these guys down. She just buffed everybody, which is pretty cool.
A decisive pummeling.
Alright, cool.
Slowly,
Nice.
gently. This is how a life is taken.
So, like, I hesitate to say we're doing pretty good here because this game has a way of, like, just letting you think, like, oh, you know, things are going to be okay, and then turning around and just destroying you. And hopefully that's not going to be the case here because it's still pretty early in the game, but my experience is this game is pretty much unforgiving from the word go. It's fickle. You know, sometimes you think you're doing good, and then the next thing you know, you turn around and you're like, oh, well, one of my guys died, and then, you know, you go back and then you find out that one of your treatments didn't work in the sanitarium, and that guy is crazier than he was before he went in, or somebody died from the disease while you were gone. Like, it's just, there's a lot of things that happen, and
Impressive.
yeah, it is what it is. This party is pretty good though. They've got pretty good. So I can get one out there, huh? Hit him. That's a miss. All right. One maggot left. That's all right. But this combo does seem to be
clearly in view.
okay, pretty
Or
successful.
is it merely a trick of the light?
But listen to him. He's like, you know, success is close, or is it merely a trick of the light? Like, you don't know. You know, you're just not sure. So see, they surprised us. So they completely messed up their composition. So this Seeker should never be in the front like this, but I have to literally like crawl my way back up. I was hoping that attack was going to get up there, but it didn't. So I'm going to do Plague Grenade back. Hopefully we can kill them all before it gets too bad for us. I mean, it's just spiders, but they can poison every single one of your characters, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. So we'll see. That's painful. So now he's bleeding and he's marked. Yeah, so that's not cool. The blight didn't go through. Nice. All right.
These
So let's see.
nightmarish
Got some
creatures can be
rubies.
felled. They can be beaten.
They can be felt. They can be beaten. Switch up my comp here. these. No, we had these two. That was it. Alright, so I'm going to have the Houndmaster click on this fountain, but I'm scared. Nope, we're okay. We're okay. It's good stuff. Worked out. So, we're in this room, and I think there's only one room left, so, I mean, we might as well explore the whole place. Actually, I don't think I've used... I know I've used some of my food, but... These guys are a piece of food. Got loot in here, more food. There you go. Hunger. Good timing. You always want to have enough food for the hunger, because if you don't, man, your characters take a lot of damage.
Will find no clemency in this place.
We are missing the rogue, though, because the rogue sees those traps. Alright, looks like we're 100% explored. So, we're going to take the quest complete. Go back to town.
Pestilence will yet be driven from our woods.
So there you go, good money to be made, some good rewards, got some nice heirlooms and different things there. Now only 2 of our characters came back with traits. We'll have to see what kind of traits they got. Hopefully it's good. So we got Dipsomania, which is an intense craving for alcohol. That's good. He's got a hard noggin, so he'll be harder to stun. And she ruminates, so yeah. That means she, you know, lives in the past. Essentially, she keeps thinking about things that are bad.
All the decadent horrors I have seen pale in comparison to that final, crowning thing. I could not look, nor could I look away.
So you can see, like, as you're going through the game, he will, the owner of the house, will kind of relate what's happened in this dungeon and how his family basically came to ruin because they found like this demonic portal gateway and they tried messing with it and naturally unleashed all this stuff. So it's very cool to kind of listen to him talk and flesh out the world. I think it just gives it like a really it's just a really cool story. So as we can see over here, we had Dismas in the tavern. He went to the whorehouse. He's back in good form over here. He's in good form, and he's our highest level character, so I'm glad he's feeling better. Now Reynauld, he was he's my knight in shining armor essentially, and he came back okay too. So now my crusader he's ready to go back into battle, but he's suffered a lot. You can see he's gotten a lot of negative effects from going into fighting, and he's tortured now. He's a tortured soul. So that's one thing, This guy did okay. This Plague Doctor, he's doing okay. I do like these. But anyway, so that's 2 different kinds of quests through the game. There are boss fights and boss levels, and some of the quests are much longer. I really did the shorter quests, the ones that weren't as involved. So I did those, but I really wanted you guys to kind of get a feel for what the game was about. And like I said, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If you know of any other games that are like this game, I'd like to hear about them, because maybe I'll try those out next, or we can go through and figure that out at a later date. But this Wednesday, the 6th of January, I'm going to be streaming this from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern on our Twitch channel, Team ESG. Once again, this is Pyro, and get out there and keep gaming. Eat, sleep, game for the win.